Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today is very important, and that cut resonates with me because it's one of my favorite cuts from the Dave Matthews Band, and it resonates with me today because it's kind of like the current political, economic, social environment ecosystem that we're currently dealing with. The metaphor is, marching ants, worker bees, and that we're just marching to the tune of, whatever is happening in the current environment. So, what we're trying to do is build something, give people an opportunity, especially from the federal jobs. I know it's hitting me especially hard here in the Washington, D.C. area because primarily most of all of my family members, they are in the federal workforce and they're calling me asking, what do I do? What do I turn, and upskill? So I think what we're doing in terms of helping people and as well as helping yourself build out an AI workstation and platform to develop your own ecosystems to give people an opportunity to participate in this new world order that we're in. And it definitely is. And so all we're saying is, we're going to have to understand that what is happening is happening. Now, there are opportunities in chaos, and not that we want to take advantage of people's circumstances. No, no. We want to be able to have tools, technology, resources, learning, networks, so that we can build and leverage off each other. And that's where we're here today. And so I'm pleased to announce that Danny and I have secured a working agreement with the Dr. Victoria Boyd. Some of you may remember her from the AI Wealth Summit. She was there. She was the PhD doctor who did the nonprofits. She is having an AI summit in April 16th, and she invited me to speak on AI and ethics, but she will also be having, other speakers there. So what we are going to do is dedicate these next few weeks up until April 16th timeframe, these AI workstation lunch and learns to build out Dr. Boyd's platform. So I'm going to quickly go through the presentation that I have for you and see if I can bring it up. Can you see that?
It's not up yet.
Stand by.
While we do that, I just want to say welcome, Ty. And we already mentioned the other people that are on the call. So, by the way, this is all recorded so that anyone who has missed previous Lunch and Learns, we will have the ability for you to catch up. So, don't worry, we're jumping right in the middle of something, I know. But if this is your first or second time here and you're not quite sure what's going on, Joel usually does a little introduction. This time he's very eager to get going here. So, just by way of introduction, my name is Danny Ross, and Joel Hill, of course, and some of the other people on here may not be quite familiar with you, Joel. So if you want to introduce yourself, that's fine too.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Danny, for that. As Danny said, we have been conducting some of these AIW, Artificial Intelligence Workstation Lunch and Learns together. Danny has graciously assisted us in allowing us to use the Thursday, used to be a lunch and learn platform, to dedicate it to the AI workstation that we're building out. Now, the AI workstation is built on the Deal AI, BuildBiz, and Pledge AI, 1000X AI platforms. We have all the same applications and tools. Danny and I are both are certified artificial intelligence specialists, as well as certified artificial intelligence trainers under the 1000X brands. So we are part of that franchise system that they've developed. So, having said all that, we believe in the learn, launch, leverage, earn branding aspect of this technology. We're learning about AI. We're learning how to use AI. We're learning how to talk to the large language models, and we're learning how to use the particular tools, the tool sets that are contained within the model. We are leveraging, and the leverage is very important because this is why we're building Dr. Boyd's AI apps for her, and that we partner with her at our expense. We are building out her platform. We're leveraging off her extensive network that she has in nonprofits. She is one of the most premier persons of color in the nonprofit arena. She has a lot of experience. Danny and I held a intake requirements conference with her the other day, and she has given us all her information to build out her knowledge base and bots. And from there, we'll be developing other products and services. So unless there are any questions about what we're doing here, I'll continue with the presentation. If there are any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or just jump right in. Danny, if you can take a look at them and I'll review those. So what we're doing is you see the logo up here. This is the logo for the Nonprofit Impact Summit, which is April 16th. So everybody mark it down on the calendar. That's the date we're building towards. The organization name is a very good one. It's called a Philanthropreneur, like philanthropy and entrepreneur combined together. And so she's developing the summit on AI and technology for nonprofits. So what does that mean? We're focusing on a niche. And so this niche is a very good niche, if you think about it, because it's a one that is going to emerge, I think, as one that's going to be profitable building, even though nonprofits are notoriously poor in terms of spending on budgets and operations. But what we're trying to do is develop a new model, a new mindset to shift their mindset to the transition from the old ways of doing things, the manual way, into the AI mindset. So it's a tall order. And so, to change behaviors of nonprofits, if you have worked with a nonprofit, you know that they can be kind of set in their ways and things of that nature. But I am excited about this. And so this is the introduction to what we're trying to do and what we will be building out for the next several weeks in these lunches and learns. So the team members, if I left anybody out, I would like to include these team members on this process. Obviously, Callie, she's on the line now. She is the up and emerging podcaster host. She's on Spotify, several other platforms. I had the pleasure and privilege of being interviewed with her about AI, the future of work, which is on the Spotify platform. If you go there and search for Humanity of Fame, and please connect with her and like her products and services and share them with your friends. What?
I said, thank you for the plug.
Oh, no, that's the leverage. Remember, that's what we do. And we will do that for anyone else who is in the group. So that's what we do. And so the same thing with Ramona Rogers. She, unfortunately, we played the music to see if she would be able to join. I've called her several times, but Ramona's very busy, but she's also a podcast host as well as she owns the Royal Influencers Organization, RIO. So you can Google her, join and follow everybody within each group. If you got a web page, you got a social media presence, drop it in the chat so that we can have everybody's social media presence, your LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever, Instagram. And then also individuals go out and follow each individual so we can start building and growing our own independent networks. What we're trying to do is merge us together to leverage off different ecosystems and connecting the dots. You got to connect the dots in the digital age because otherwise you are operating in your own little silo. What we're trying to do is help you expand your ecosystem and universe. So please, that is very important. There's no competition here. Collaboration is the new competition in order for us as a people to survive. So Dr. Victoria Boyd, same thing. Go to her website, follow her. I know she has a big presence on LinkedIn, and you will see announcements of the summit. And then we have two incredible virtual assistants. I call them the two Tinas, Christina Baca and Christina Bautista. They're stealthy, so that's why I have a stealth picture of them up there. They never show themselves. And then, of course, we have Danny Ross. He has a title, but I didn't get a chance to put it in there. And he's the sales and marketing guru. He does the integration. He does the build outs. And so Danny is a very critical and vital piece of this. And Danny and I have formed a joint partnership. So what are we doing? Specifically, what we're doing, we are using the AI workstation platform exclusively. We are building out everything in the AI workstation for Dr. Boyd. We're going to build a knowledge base first. That is the first step. Why is this important? This is important because each one of you will be doing the same thing. So we're actually developing the template and the model of how to build out a person's white label. So it's a good thing we record all these conversations because we will turn these lessons into, a training so that they can be replicated for anyone else in this group. So you can just place your name in Dr. Boyd's place when we're ready to build out your platform when you're at that level, or if you have an event, especially if you're going to have an event. So this is important. We're trying to help her increase marketing and awareness. So what we've done is, and what she has agreed to, she has given us dozens of documents, bios, resources, her books, and we're going to go and train our knowledge base with that. And train the knowledge base is like training and fine tuning your ChatGPT. So remember, the workstation is linked to ChatGPT. So we're going to take Dr. Boyd's information to create just like we created Ask Ramona app, we're going to create an Ask Dr. Boyd app, but it's going to be trained on her data. So what does that do? It reduces what they call hallucinations, and it's only pointed toward specific curated data that we've trained the data set in. So that's the important thing. Having good data is very important. Having good content is very important. So if I'm going to provide some pro tips today, is that start building out your knowledge base. Lawrence, Keisha, and who else is on the line? Ty. Whatever content that you have, so that you can start building out your knowledge base. By integrating this, it's going to create a comprehensive platform for nonprofits, because everything here again is geared toward nonprofits. One of the things that I would like to do, and this is the reason I wanted Ramona here, because this has to do with Ramona and Callie. Now, remember the leverage and the leverage, launch, and earn. This is the leverage. So I would like to see and develop a before, during, and after podcast series with Dr. Boyd, talking about the event where Ramona and Callie both, or in conjunction with each other, interviews Dr. Boyd, and then that we can get this on Spotify. But I know that timing is critical, and I'm certainly, if Callie and Ramona, or if Callie wants to take it on for herself, that's fine, and work with Ramona on it, that's okay too. But I certainly would like to see that done, and we would support with resources, with building that interview out, Callie, as we've done in the past, in terms of questions, topics, and things of nature, and scheduling with Dr. Boyd. So, Callie, please.
That'll be fine.
Awesome. What is your? Well, anyway, we can sell the details later. I'll get.
Want to talk offline?
We can talk off. Well, we'll get that done in terms of dates and schedule, because I will have to coordinate with you and Dr. Boyd. And
Okay.
so we will do that, so you can interview her about the summit. She
Okay.
has significant. She's already advertising on LinkedIn now about it, and so I think interview with you, put it on Spotify before, and then also during the actual event itself. Maybe we can get feedback from it, and then obviously afterwards. But I think the before would be the first step. So we'll talk about that a little later. So that's great. So this is the leverage part. So we're going to get Callie to do that. Awesome. Now, also, I have, again, everything we're working towards needs to be in alignment with the assignment. Wow, I just made that up, but that's good. Alignment with the assignment. So I am talking about AI and ethics. Other people are going to be talking about, I'm talking about AI and ethics for nonprofits. That's a tall order, honestly, because I'm struggling with that topic, because ethics in the physical world and ethics in the digital world, never the twain shall meet. You have to define what your ethics are digitally. You have to decide what you stand for and show it on your platform. If it's a nonprofit, ethics has to come down from the top, from the board of directors to the director, to the staff. I mean, everybody has to be in alignment with whatever the roles, mission, vision, and the values are of the organization. And that trickles down to fundraising, volunteer support, based on whatever that mission is. So I am developing that topic, but I want to make sure that it's in alignment with everything else we're doing to lead to other areas in terms of training, creating courses, in terms of how nonprofits can do that. So from all this content we're going to create, we're going to develop, once we go through the Big Dream Generator exercise, hopefully we'll be able to do that maybe later on today, to create this content so we can create other products based on the Big Dream Generator. And that is the first step. So remember that when you have a tall task, we have to run all this stuff that we got through the Big Dream Generator, and it's going to kick out and spit out whatever we need to continue to build out the product. So anyway, I'll be talking about the ethical challenges. So I'll be asking the Big Dream Generator to give me, some ideas of how to do that to make sure it's in alignment with the summit theme and it's in alignment with what Dr. Boyd wants. I have to do a video presentation, but at some point, we want to have a demo ready for the AI workstation for nonprofits specifically. We want to relabel the AI workstation as the AI workstation for nonprofits so that the nonprofits understand this is exclusively designed for them and it supports Dr. Boyd's work and efforts. So we will be doing that. We're going to rename that platform to the AI workstation for nonprofits. Oh, by the way, we can also have an AI workstation for small business. It doesn't matter. We can have as many different type of platforms and load the different types of apps for each one that's relevant to that specific industry or vertical. And that's the beauty of this platform. It's just a matter of time and money. Really, I know that sounds good. One of the key products out of this that we've already started on, and Danny did a good job demoing this yesterday to Dr. Boyd, is to create that video sales letter to generate, and we call it the VSL, but it's a product, it's almost like a landing page. And we are developing that, and maybe we can work on the Big Dream Generator before or after, but we can also take what we have and fine tune it a little bit more to support it. We have to do it anyway because she suggested that we rename the AI workstation to the AI works. Our virtual sales letter specifically designed to reference the AI summit. So she's all in. One of the things I have to consider, for nonprofits is using AI responsibly, and that's a tall order because first of all, nonprofits don't know what AI is. They don't have the money for training, but we have to tell them. So we have to create the courses. So there's so many opportunities here to sell these courses because each one of you out there, I know Keisha, you got other people, other nonprofits. I believe you're a nonprofit. So you're going to profit from this, just seeing this whole process unfold. But it doesn't matter in anything. One thing all you guys need to remember, these are some questions you're going to be asked, when you're dealing with nonprofits, is my information private? Is it ethical? For example, I can give you a specific use case right now about data, ethics, and bias in a model. Here's a use case, and this is going to resonate with Danny because I just thought about this. We're building out Dr. Boyd's knowledge base. Dr. Boyd sent us dozens of documents to build her knowledge base based on her specifically. Well, as the creator of the knowledge base, I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to put some of my information in there. Guess what? That's bias at its highest because now I'm biased in the database because I created it. And that's just me. That's human nature. So take that for any large language model that's out there, whoever created anything, already know that model is going to be biased from the creator just because it's human nature. If a person created it, there's going to be bias built in. It just depends on the degree of bias. But even in this micro subset of what we're dealing with in the AI workstation, you can see how bias can creep in. So, not that it's willfully or intentionally, bad, but it's just that, I build a database. And so if there's a question that, comes up that Joel Hill can answer and they reference me, hey, better for me. But, that's just the determination. But I don't have any problem with removing my information, Danny. So just so you know. But is that a good example?
Yeah, that's a great example of bias. But from the point of building the database, it's more important not to reference anything that's not about the person or the project that you're building the AI to answer so that it doesn't get confused. In other words, if somebody asks to say, hey, tell me about Dr. Boyd, you don't want any of Joel Hill's bio creeping into the answer, because then, of course, the answer would be incorrect. So that's the real reason. It's definitely bias if you put things in there that she doesn't believe. Then that's a perfect example of bias. I fully agree with you. But even more importantly, we don't want to introduce any data that the AI is going to ingest in its training that will confuse it, because we don't want it to say Dr. Boyd was a member of the Navy. That would just be, that would be a hallucination of, immense proportions. More importantly, it would, not be great for the relationship people are going to have with that AI, right? We want them to feel that they're speaking to Dr. Boyd. So that's the real important thing why we would remove it.
Yeah, so great. So we this is a marketing opportunity. We can market ourselves as 100% accuracy in building out your database and non-biased. But anyway, that's just something to think about. But thanks, Danny. Okay, I'll continue. Now, opportunities from this particular project are there for all of us. If anyone out there who has something can contribute in terms of a course or boot camp or workshop that they want to create for nonprofits, feel free, because we're going to load that up in our learning management system and we can monetize it, and you can monetize it. We have affiliate links. We can share profits from the sale of anything that we do on this platform. You just have to let us know, hey, I got a topic, I got a course I want to add to learning management system. I want to charge X number of dollars, or I want to offer it free because I want to upsell in live courses myself. That's okay if it's relevant to this particular project. If it's not, just let us know if you have another project that you have in mind later on in the future. We're going to be developing out this AI-powered nonprofit website development for her. You may be an expert in some area, so we can list you as an expert on the app, and they can contact you directly through the app. Let us know. Again, all of this and everything in here can be monetized. And then strategic partnerships. You may know other people who may want access to Dr. Boyd's information or the AIW workstation for nonprofits. And then you send them a link, you get paid based if they sign up. And that's the way it's going to work. Again, learn, leverage, launch, earn. That's the beauty of this platform. It's all here, all in one dashboard. We just got the person who can simplify this process to others, to a wider market, to say they don't need to go anywhere else. They can get ChatGPT here. All you need is the AI workstation. It can be customized to you. The person who comes up with that marketing strategy solution is going to be the person who's going to be getting paid while they sleep. Now, these are particular specific tasks that we are looking at. Number one, rebranding the platform for nonprofit use. We had the platform, just generic AI workstation. So we're going to rebrand it to AI workstation for nonprofits. And that's what I mean. As simple as that. We just add, change, delete the name. So we're going to adjust the language. A lot of our stuff deals towards business and sales and marketing, which really don't always apply. So we're going to have to go back and look at the verbiage in there that describes some of the things that we do and make them relevant to nonprofits. We have to make it resonate with the target audience. We have to develop our demographics, our customer profile. That's what the big idea generator is, to develop that nonprofit persona, whether it's a vendor, a donor, staff member, or whatever. We have to understand the persona of these type people. We got to create that persona in order to market to them effectively. One of the things we're going to do is emphasize the ethical processes that we use to ensure that non-bias doesn't creep in building out their models, and that they can know, like, and trust us. That's the other marketing aspect. Know, like, trust, ethics in their brand development. We have to provide them with something. Anybody have any ideas, like free giveaways, a checklist of how to integrate ethical AI? That's something I have to create. How to talk about ethics to your board of directors. I mean, things like that, topics like that. All these things, again, can be developed through the big idea generator. That's the first step. And then everything can be refined. What we want to do is offer a free trial AI workstation during the build-up and the marketing campaign for people who sign up for the summit. Our VAs have to create a link or a hook to give them, after they sign up, they get access to the workstation. They can try it free for 7 days or something like that. We'll have to decide that. Again, this is just another remix of the task matrix: rebrand the platform, align pre-sum engagement, white label strategy and domain integration, and monetization and growth strategy. Those are the 5 things that we'll be working on. call order, and I'll pause right here to answer any questions.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, I commend you. That's a lot of work.
What we mean to do it, Lawrence? Or
Yeah, I mean, from what you guys are putting together, I commend you. It's just a lot of work to do. So I admire the effort that your team's putting into this.
well, and that's the collaboration aspect. Everybody can contribute to this event. The good thing is we have two outstanding virtual assistants, and it's not who's doing what. It's like who can do what. And so it's what's the thing, Danny, that Terrence uses all the time is not the what, it's the who.
It's the who. It's great.
It's the who. So we have who's in here. Danny, Keisha, Callie, Lawrence. You guys got great ideas. You know, what I found as a commander of a unit that brought in different disciplines, I've learned to leverage off of people from different disciplines working on a common task. You would not believe the ideation that can come from here's the problem. Let's develop a solution based on your background, knowledge, and experience. What do you think? And then you start ideating and analyzing and merging and synthesizing those things. You can come up with a completely different content, product, or service that you had not expected. That's the beauty of collaboration, guys. That's the beauty of teaming. When it works properly, it can work, you know, in a guided, structured format. And so don't sell yourself short of the body of knowledge and evidence that's just present on this call. All of you have something to contribute and powerful, and you're part of something that's big and it's growing and that you can be proud of. Because honestly, this is all I know right now. This is all I have. I think I'm going to die here. It's just, and I mean,
Not die.
well, that's why. Listen to this. Lights out. The end says, "Lights out. You up and die." You got to understand what's your purpose. Why are you here? The dash.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah.
any graveyard.
The dash, right,
Go to the
right.
graveyard. You were born. There's a dash, and then there's an end date. What you do in between that end date determines how you have lived your life.
That's right.
We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to recover. But at the end of the day, who you are, whose you are, what you serve, what you believe in is what's important.
Yeah, one thing, Joe, I want to do after this call, I want to touch bases with my oldest daughter. She's actually been working with nonprofits for the past 25 years as a trainer. She goes in and trains nonprofits on operations and things like that. I can't really speak to it thoroughly because I don't know exactly all she does, but I know she's some type of trainer and she's been working in the nonprofit industry for 25 years now. So I want to put her first in contact with Dr. Boyd and then you and see what she can probably contribute to this summit and what kind of course she can probably come up with. She's really good with designing courses for nonprofit organizations for training.
Hey, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Thank you. I applaud that. But if she has something to share, let her know about what we're doing. Danny will send you the recording and ask her to look at this recording with you. And we will welcome her to the group to get her insight and ideas. Because, you know, once we build these courses out, we will be building courses out. She may have courses already. And here's the thing, tell her we can host her courses and she can monetize her courses on our platforms. Just let her know that. And in turn, then it could be something Dr. Boyd will promote at the event. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. All right. So any other questions? And that's what I mean by leveraging. You know, I had no idea that Lawrence had, you know, that sort of access to people who have been working in this space. So I think it's good. So without further ado, Danny, I'm going to stop sharing. I sent this video out to all you guys, and also I'm sure it'll be available on the replay. So now, first thing first, if there are any questions, Danny, you want to go in and show them what we've already done, kind of what you demonstrated yesterday with Dr. Boyd, and just walk through the rebranding.
First of all, welcome everyone. And we've got about another 15 minutes or so. So I'll go ahead and dive into the platform and kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what's involved in, first of all, creating a white label. Some of us have seen it, some of us have not. And then we'll get into the specific tool that we're working on today, which is essentially, depending on the AI platform that you're using, you could hear the term, I want to create a GPT, I want to create a bot. In the platform, we call it an AI personality. And the reason for that is we literally are taking your knowledge, your experiences, all of the social media about an individual and creating an AI personality built on that. So that's the concept of it. So think of you creating yourself, your AI version of yourself. And so that's why, again, just reinforcing all the things that we're going to put in it, then the AI will be able to respond effectively as you. And so the goal is to have an AI personality in the platform that's available 24 hours a day to speak to people and answer questions. And then you can take that same database or knowledge base and place it on a website. So when people visit your website, you can answer their questions just like if you were there. And that's really the key component that we're trying to build out here. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to go one level up to where Joel actually manages this. And so when you create your own white label, you will be able to basically manage everything below that. And so it's a lot of fun once you get used to the levels here. So let's go in here to where Joel manages it. So the first thing you're going to want to do under Make Money. So again, first you have the affiliate link that you can share to anybody with no coding necessary. You simply share the link and whoever joins, 50% goes to you, right? Very simple way to do that. The second way is to actually start a white label. And then once you start a white label, you have the ability to control how many people, what apps are seen. You can set pricing. You have complete control over that process. So that's the second button under Make Money. Now, today, once you do set up your white label, this becomes active, the custom AI apps. And that's where we're going to kind of go in today and get a little education in here. So there's two parts to be creating your own AI personality. One is the knowledge base. The knowledge base is where you train it up, which is where you put in all of the information about your personality and context and things like that. And then the second is we actually build either a AI personality, which lives in the platform, or a chatbot, which is essentially external that you can put on another website. So today we'll just focus on the personality. Next time I'll show you how to build a chatbot. It's almost identical. It is one more step you have to do to be able to share it on an external website, but the knowledge base can be exactly the same one. Once you train up your knowledge base, you have the ability to keep improving it. So here you can see the files, the URLs, manual documents. So there's three types of information that you can train your AI personality on. Files can be things like a book that you've written, a guide that you've written. These are all Dr. Boyd's documents. I won't actually show them to you because, of course, they're her documents. So if you do want to read them, she has them available on her website, and we'll be linking out to her website as we build this out. But the key information is put your knowledge, your personality, things about you, and load it up into here. And it's super simple to do. Essentially, you hit the plus button to add a file, and then you go to wherever it is that you're going to upload. Let's see if we can find a PDF. Here's one right here. So DIY fundraising plan workbook, for example. And all I do is click open. That's it. Super, super simple process. The AI will ingest it in just a couple of seconds. And now it knows what's in that book. And somebody asks a question about fundraising, it can answer that question. The other thing you can do, the second thing you can do is you can go in here and you can upload links that are specific to Dr. Boyd, so that, for example, if she has a website, you can click the link, go to her website, and learn about her organization. So this last one here, the PhilEntrepreneurFoundation.org is her website. And so we can go here, And what the AI can do is it can actually read all of the information that's on here. If you want to train the AI on a website, you have to load each URL, because what it does is it reads that URL behind the scenes. It's not actually looking at the pictures and things like that. It's reading the text, it's reading the metadata, all of the things that only the computer is interested in. It doesn't actually look at pictures and things like that. All right, so just be aware, and it doesn't go page to page. If you wanted to learn a website, you have to upload each website's URL, okay? So you can upload all of the URLs that are important, and we would basically go from there. If you have a document that's somewhere that you can't just upload the whole file, or if it's something you created, you can just copy paste it directly into here. So it's called a manual document. You just drop what you've copy pasted right in here. That's it. Super simple way to create another way.
Hey,
Yes.
Dan, so right there is a good place to drop all the data that you got from your big idea generator.
Yeah, sure. So you could do something like that. Absolutely. All right. So I think the real important things are, again, we're going to go through some of these documents, and we're going to make sure the fact that the data that's in there is only about Dr. Boyd. And so we'll clean that up, but that's the simplicity of it. All right, everyone. Does anyone have any questions about this part of it?
Yeah, what's the difference between files and manual documents? They seem to be the same thing.
No. A manual document is something that you don't necessarily have uploaded, okay? So you may have, say, some notes that you have in another platform, and they're not available just to make a PDF or make a Word doc out of. But you do want to have that included. So you can just highlight it all, copy it, and then create a manual document where you paste all of the information into it right here. So Joel's example is a good one. So let's say I go to another here under business formation called a big dream generator. And so this big dream generator can create what's called a business brief, right? So it has information about your target audience, what's the core problem you're solving in this particular project, what's the transformation for the audience, and so on and so forth. You could then copy all of that, click the little copy switch here, and then go back to the AI tool here, knowledge base, and go in and go to manual documents, and paste that right there. So that would be an example of a manual document. Did that make sense?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
So that would be the first thing that you would do. And then the next thing that you would do is you would go into the actual create an AI personality part. So you just click on this one here to create an AI personality. And we started just laying out the foundation of it. But it is essentially, once you get your white label, you have access to create personalities, and you go in here, you can click edit, go in, give the app that you're creating a name, give it a description. And so, by the way, this description is what people are going to see. So you do want to make it a good description. You would create a logo. So for example, if you don't have a logo, go back to the content creators here and go to, say, hyperrealistic or scroll stopping or the logo maker itself, right? And create a logo that you want to put in for that app. Any one of those is fine. You then tell it what kind of app is it. Is it a custom personality that you're going to define in detail? Is it a coach, a historical figure, a language tutor? They keep adding new types of PTs you can build or AI tools you can build. So these are all some of the different ones. Most popular one is a coach. And so you can easily pick that. And then aside from the topic description, right? This is where you can, what is your, for example, what does your AI personality specialize in, right? So it would specialize in nonprofit. That's the key thing. And so you would put that in there. And then you can give additional instructions. And so this is where you actually build a prompt. We're not going to do that today, but you can actually build a prompt that will guide the URL. You can also do things like when I built the AI sales coach here, one of the challenges that I saw was when it was answering questions and if somebody asked it, hey, how do I make an image, right? It may recommend an AI tool outside of the platform. And I'm all for democracy, but that defeats the purpose of the platform. So I had to instruct the AI tool, hey, if someone asks how to create an image, first point them to the tools in the platform so they don't have to go anywhere else. And then, of course, if they can't do it with what they have or they insist, then point them outside of the platform, so to other great AI tools that are out there. So this is where you can instruct it. And it's also where you can add a little refinement to what it can do. So for example, you could tell it, I want you to strictly remain on topic. Does the AI start the conversation? What I mean by that is when you click on it, does it say, hi, I am the Ask Ramona app. How can I help you? You want it to start the conversation, generally speaking, I would say 99% of the time. And then you can make a decision on whether it is allowed to create images. And the only reason to restrict it from being able to create an image is sometimes it runs a little slower. But generally speaking, you do want people, if they have an idea that they come up with in the conversation with the AI, you do want it to be able to create an image. And then you, of course, have to publish it so it's available. So that's it in a nutshell. Does anyone have any questions about that part of it? So Joel mentioned the Big Dream Generator. And so we can go in there and it's under business formation and just go under Big Dream Generator. And so we're going to create a new one. And this is essentially a tool created to get the idea out of your head and onto paper so that you can start actually developing it, okay? All right, Joel, I will turn on the microphone and, well, the first one is easy. We don't really need a lengthy description. Not
Hey,
perfect.
I had a question about the app.
Sure.
Are you familiar with the platforms? This might be irrelevant next month, but or April, the platforms N8N, Relevant AI, or Make.com platform?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, certainly the last one you mentioned, Make.ai.
Right.
Yeah, so it's an automation tool. What is it that
Right.
you're asking?
So if we built the apps here, is it possible to link them up with those platforms, or will it be unnecessary since I learned the summit they're going to be putting agentic AI features on the platform coming up. So would that be unnecessary to do that, or is that feasible?
Good question. And for people who don't know what that question actually was, the concept of bot or AI tool versus an agent, the key difference is really simple. If you speak to ChatGPT or you speak to any of the AI tools in the platform, it can answer your questions. So you can go back and forth, develop a thread and a relationship with the AI, large language model. The next generation of AI tools are what they're calling agents. And all that means is it's the same type of thing. You give it a prompt and it does a task, but it can actually also go externally and do things for you. And so you could start a simple task, and we'll definitely get some training on this, but these are already in the platform, and they're called, in this, ours is called Super Agent. It is listed as a beta because it is. So you can essentially put in a task here and say, I want you to. And so in this example, let's see, I don't think we have one in that one. Let me jump to one of my other. So if I take a look at a task that I asked it to do earlier, and we'll do this live next time, I want you to send a happy birthday email to Margaret, create an image of a birthday cake with a wizard hat on top of it, and then I gave it Margaret's email. Now, the reason why the wizard, she has a business called cleanwizard.net, speaking of leveraging. If you happen to own a home in Florida, she can come clean it for you, or her team can. It has what's called the super agent on top, and then below that it has different managers and it has different workers. It passes the instruction down to its content manager, who passes it down to its communication manager. The communication manager passes it down to its image generator called Imogen. That's her name. She created the cake using Hyperrealistic, which is in the platform. So again, it's reaching out to other apps to perform the tasks that it needs to do. And then because it is connected with my Google, it then called another subagent called Eli, the email maestro. And Eli wrote the email. And by using Gmail in this case, it was able to send that message. So then Margaret receives this cake, happy birthday. It wrote all of the content, but you can edit it, of course. Happy birthday, I hope your day is full, and so on and so forth. So that's the difference between ChatGPT level GPTs and full-on agents. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Probably you do have questions, but that's what I just wanted to quickly show that to you. But yes, that is already in the platform and it should be available on the AI workstation for you to use. All right.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, no worries.
was-
You can now have it set calendar events for you. You can connect it to WhatsApp. You can speak to it on the phone, just like you do Siri, and have it perform a task. You're running to a flight. You're going to miss the flight. Send a message to Joe, letting him know the flight's going to be about 3 hours late. Let's move our meeting so it can go into your calendar and it's going to be very, very, very cool as we build it out. And
And it
it's gonna
sounds like
be-
it has all the capabilities of Make and relevant AI, so that's good. There's no need to leave the platform.
Well, yes and no. And by now it's still in the beta stage. So Make it right now as it stands, Make, Zapier, Pabbly are way more advanced, have a lot more integrations. So there is a long way to go before this is better than Make. So if you are thinking about you're already using Make, continue to use it until these agents get up to speed. All right.
Thank you, Danny.
Hey, no worries. It is the future, though. All right. So, big dream generator. Let's see if we can knock this out quickly. And so, industry focus, nonprofits. All right. Jolie, want to take over and I'll
Yeah,
turn the
sure.
microphone?
Sure, Danny.
All right. So, your target, our audience.
The target audience for this specific solution are nonprofit donors, volunteers, vendors, board of directors, staff, and anyone else involved with nonprofit governance, such as political leaders, anything that deals with, the technology that supports nonprofits, and everything else within the nonprofits ecosystem.
Got it. And so core problem, what primary issue or pain point are we solving? Here we go.
Pain points we're solving are donations primarily, continued donations, ethics dealing with artificial intelligence, fundraising, giving history of donors to the nonprofit, engagement levels with the social media of the nonprofits, feedback to the nonprofit organization, enabling nonprofits to make informed decisions and increase response rates. That's it.
Cool. And remember, when you're doing this exercise for yourself, don't worry about making mistakes. Don't overthink the answers. Just fill out them. You can always do another version of it. Okay. There is no, this is iteration type thing. You can do it until you get it exactly the way you want it to be. So feel free to just copy paste and do it again.
The transformation the audience will experience after successfully using the solution is engaged level of trust with the organization to ensure that they are giving and that the nonprofit is ethical and that the mission is in alignment with the stated vision, purposes, and outcomes for the nonprofit.
Perfect. All right, let's go to the next one. Brief description of your vision.
My vision is to provide an AI workstation for nonprofits so that they have an all-in-one dashboard solution for managing donors, volunteers, social media, books, funds, writing grants, understanding policy governance, working with their board, in all aspects to integrate artificial intelligence into nonprofit operations at a low cost, seamlessly, without disruption.
And it's really funny because, of course, the brief that we did last, I believe, was Keisha's. And so we still have some of this in here. So it's kind of funny. We're doing it, another version of this, but a different target. All right, biggest pain points.
Biggest pain points are a continuous stream of donations from longtime donors, marketing to new donors, events management, volunteer base, training of staff. Okay.
Expected outcomes.
The audience of this solution will achieve confidence in the nonprofit, fundraising, and use of funds. They will achieve that their vision is in alignment with the mission. They will feel confident that the nonprofit is using AI ethically in maintaining privacy.
Perfect. And generally, how long will the nonprofit have to wait to see some results?
Integrating AI into nonprofits will be an ongoing effort. It's an iterative process. It's based on the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act model.
And guarantee and risk reversal, if any.
Donors, vendors, staff, governing body can be assured that the staff has been trained properly in the ethical use of AI, funds are being used accordingly, and the mission is being accomplished.
And what's funny is when we redo this platform for nonprofits, I'm actually going to take all these questions, feed it back into the AI sales engine or the Ask Dr. Boyd app, most likely. I'll feed it into the Ask Dr. Boyd app because the Ask Dr. Boyd app is trained on the language of nonprofits. So I will have it take all these 13 questions and rewrite these 13 questions targeting nonprofits. So it won't say things like customers. So that's just one example of a word that will disappear when we rebrand this for nonprofits. All right, what differentiates the solution from others in the market?
This solution for nonprofits will differentiate others in the market is by early adopters will be able to enhance donor experience, provide tailored communication and donation suggestions based on donor behavior and preferences, automate routine tasks, build stronger relationships with donors, offering dynamic content and real-time interactions that resonate with donors, and overcome financial burdens.
We're up to personal transformation. What 3 transformations will the audience undergo?
The audience will undergo, they are confident and assured that AI practices comply with data protection laws, that funds are being used accordingly, and that they have ethical partners and vendors, that the cost of integrating AI is low cost, and that they can identify grants and other resources to continue to fund their nonprofits.
And authority and trust. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
About Dr. Boyd's version of authority and trust, I should say. Or let's see, yeah, I guess it would be Dr. Boyd. Anyway, keep going.
Dr. Boyd is an authority in the nonprofit world. She has over 30 years of experience. This solution will help gain trust with other nonprofits that resonate with Dr. Boyd's experience. She has ethical considerations, and she ensures that nonprofits manage donor information accordingly, and that it is financially sustainable models are created through artificial intelligence.
And the last one is just why other solutions are difficult and not really created for nonprofits.
Current solutions fail because of miseducation and understanding and needing to learn what AI and how AI can help automate tasks, increase donor donations, better govern board of directors and their understanding. And it's primarily depending on understanding of AI, ethics, artificial intelligence, and how it can be used without breaking the budget.
Perfect. And we'll tell it to generate.
So the point I want to take is I want to show you what this is going to do once you go through this exercise. And everybody needs to do this for themselves based on the fact that, look at yourself in the mirror. So once you do this and answer it to the best of your ability, you're going to get generated content that maybe you hadn't thought of before. And then you can take that same content and use it to start building other products. So this is the first step, your big dream generator. Write that down. That's your homework assignment. Generate your big dream generator. So next Thursday, all of you will have, if you have access to the system, will have done your big dream generator, and hopefully we'll be able to share some of those.
Perfect. Yeah, everybody on this call has access. And remember that all of the lessons are here under AI Lunch and Learn. So any recording that you might have missed, you can go back and watch. Business brief. And so this is for nonprofit organizations. This is the target audience. And again, my suggestion to you is always grab it and copy it and then create a document. It doesn't matter to me if you use Word, if you use Google Docs, you can use any document that you want to use. And the reason for that is it's just more transportable. You can always come back and reference it. But if you're going to do the next steps that we're going to be doing, you don't want to have to keep going and bouncing between different apps. You want to have it all in one place. So AI workstation for nonprofits, all right? And just copy paste it in, but I would paste it in with keeping the text only, because if you don't, materials that you copy out of any GPT or any web page is going to be in a table format, which is a little annoying. So just being able to do it this way, and then you can go here and you can essentially tell it, hey, this is a heading and so on and so forth. And that way you can create the ability to work within the document using the navigation pane. So that's what I always recommend. That way you can jump around, find things that you're looking for very quickly. All right. So just a suggestion, you don't have to do this, but I recommend you throw it in another document and go from there. All right. And let's save this one, guys, for nonprofits. And we'll throw that into the Kemet group. I wonder who that guy is. All righty. So that's your homework. Please go ahead and do that. Any questions, please?
So by next Thursday, you want us to go in and just basically answer all of these questions and generate it, like basically what you just did today, right?
Yes, yes. And so
Okay.
it's under business formation, so easy to find. It's near the top.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask to be
Yeah.
sure where I can find it.
And by the way, if you don't know where it is, what folder it's in, just click here and then just type,
Oh, okay.
go right to it.
Okay.
All right. So go in, if you haven't already, watch the welcome video. It kind of walks you through understanding the apps and the platform. You can replay the last general AI training, and I do those every 2 weeks. The next one is coming up on the 18th. So please, if you have not gone to the beginning training, if you don't know what the create method is, then you should attend that. If you do know what the create method is, you can skip it. All right. So I'll drop it in the chat. So that's just a generalized AI training class, okay? It doesn't matter which platform you're using, you can use it easily there. And then from there, oops, let me go back here. And the AI Lunch and Learns, there is 3 times a week, but most importantly, all of the lessons are recorded, and you can easily just go in and watch the recording, okay?
Danny, I had 2 questions, if possible.
Go right ahead.
One, the Big Dream Generator. I remember they went over that. They did a demo like you just did, the
Mhm.
conference, but I forgot, what is it for? What do you do with it? The Big Dream
Good
Generator.
question. Essentially, it creates a foundation document. It creates a brief about your entire concept. So again, we're getting it out of your head, putting it on paper so you can see it, and then you can do iterations on it. But the most important thing is now you can feed this document into the other tools that are here so that they now understand your business and your goals. So if I want to go create, for example, a picture, I can go in here and let's use the default for now. I won't use Joel's. You can go in here. You can say, hey, I want some image ideas for my business. I can now tell the AI what is my business and then tell it, hey, go create some ideas for me that I can generate content for my website or my ads on Facebook or LinkedIn. So using the AI iteratively, meaning I start with this foundation business, and then I feed that to another document, and then I feed it to another document. So now it has the idea, an engaged board of directors reviewing clear, organized digital dashboard with an AI analytics on a large screen. So that gives me an idea from an image because now it understands my business. So it can suggest pictures or images that I can use in my website. And you can, generally speaking, feed that business brief into multiple other apps on the platform. So that's why it's important.
Got you.
So
Yeah,
it's
the
going to
second
generate it.
question,
Any other questions before we wrap it up? That was funny.
So I like that image. I think we can use that in
Oh.
our brand. So go ahead, say it.
We actually should create a folder for her stuff. I didn't do that this time. I just put it into default. It should. So here you can actually create a project. So for example, this project is called default. So I'm going to change that to Ask Dr. Boyd. So now everything that I put in, so for example, if I jump down to another tool under sales and marketing, I want some headlines, right? I can say the Ask Dr. Boyd project, and I know that project once I save this in here and I run it, it will know that project, it will know that business brief, and it will go off and create the hooks. And what's great about it is because once I put it in here in this area for text, I can go to a completely different app and go to, say, business generator, and this text will automatically be there. So that's that business brief following me along and being everywhere that I need it to be. And so it'll create the magic hooks down here. Don't compromise ethics. Transform your nonprofit with trusted AI solutions. That one is fantastic. I love that one. Right? And it shows the clickability, likability, and availability. And I can explain what that is later, but it creates headlines that grabs your attention. And if I go to the next tool, which is Idea Generator for bonuses, this is something that Joel was talking about earlier. I can go down here. It's already filled in. I don't have to fill it in again. This is why you create that document. And now it's going to go ahead and create it from the same document, and so I don't have to keep moving it from one place to the other. All righty. Hopefully that answered the question. Any other open questions?
How just from creating that Big Dream Generator, I'm going to use Joel's word, you can leverage that for all of the other apps.
Exactly. So now here's donor engagement. Enhance your donor engagement, personalized AI-driven communication, AI ethical, AI usage, rest assured, doing your AI practices are ethical. So it's just generating other kinds of things that you can do. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with Kelly. It's incredible how that one document can be used for so many other tasks without having to retype it over and over and over again.
I know, talk about a time saver. They're copying, pasting, and all of that jazz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now this is my benefit stack, right? So I just asked it to build me a benefit stack. for my nonprofit. So I have them all here, so I can grab them. I can come down here, say copy all, and then go back to my document. There we go. So I would just, of course, come down to the bottom here and drop it into my document. So I'll give it a name for this section. Let's say benefit stack, something corny like that, and then just give it a headline, so that it would know. Sorry, my word is a little squished there. There we go. So from here, I'd say, okay, that's also a heading, and you could do heading 2 and so on and so forth, and it'll stack it for you. And so now drop that text in there. So now I have that section in there. So now I have 2 sections, right? My business brief, my benefit stack, and I would do that for each part and build it all out. And I have a document that'll help you know what are the key things you need to have for your website and so on and so forth. And as we build out the project, you'll see us fill this all out and build it all out. All right, Joel, anything else?
Danny, I think you've done a great job in explaining the process. And yes, guys, you are correct. And that's why we want to show you the foundation of building out your technology stack. You got to start somewhere. So this is the baby step. And that's why you need to create that brief, refine it, and reiterate. And you are absolutely right. The reason I like this platform is that you don't have to go back, copy and paste from ChatGPT to Claude to somewhere else to get the answer that you're looking for, and that you have your data in one place and you own your own data. And so that's also a benefit stack of this platform, owning your own data. Now, this data was curated by you, even though you use AI to do it, but it was curated by you. So this is yours. This is patentable. This is trademarkable, in my sense, because it was, you can digitally stamp the content that was created from the prompts that you input into the big dream generator, big idea generator, or whatever. So it makes sense. And thanks. That's what I have.
Yeah, all righty. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot. And as soon as I catch up, this edited recording, will be part of the saved files up there. All righty.
When we're meeting for the big dream generator process, that's Thursday. Tuesday is just the normal type of lunch and learn. We won't be expected to do anything for that.
That is correct. Tuesday and Wednesday are just regular training on platform apps and things like that. So we're trying to develop so that any question you have about an app in the platform, you can go right there. The one on Thursday is more about your white label, building your entrepreneurial business. So it's focused on that aspect. So that's the difference between the 3 days. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. No worries. You got to stop, Danny. Bye-bye, everybody.
Alrighty, bye.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.